Hey guys, I don't know if this quite fits with the topic of the channel, but I think it's interesting because we are doing this sort of United States Britain thing. This is how the UK police equipment compares to US cops or US police equipment. I can tell you right off the bat it's going to be carrying a gun, but I am interested to hear how British police feel about this. My neighbor is a police officer. He's a Pennsylvania State trooper. Huge dude, big guy. So I'm all right. Let's go.
Okay, so from top to bottom we have our PR, our radio, communicating with each other and to control. We've got a body-worn video that's activated on most jobs. It's got a 30-second buffer, so that when we do activate it, it pre-records 30 seconds, so it gives us some sort of time. So if we do miss anything, we don't press it in time. It pre-records 30 seconds beforehand, which is quite useful. I'm carrying a taser, which is about 400 officers currently in Kent. So that's the taser itself. It's an X2. It's got two shots capability. That's recently come in over the past.
All right. I think this might be a little older of a video, but I would think if you don't have a gun, you would want to have a backup taser. Maybe I could be wrong, but I would think that as an American.
Yeah. Parva, which is a pepper spray.
Okay.
Which all officers carry.
Yep.
The ASP baton, rigid handcuffs.
Did he say ass baton? I know what he's talking about, though. The baton.
And then
we call it a baton.
These are fast straps. So if someone's being particularly unmanageable, these Velcro straps can be placed around their legs just to make them more manageable.
Oh, that's cool.
Colleague, I've got most of the kit, albeit just apart from the taser.
So the most noticeable.
Okay, so I guess I guess that's sufficient. I mean, to walk around the UK as a police officer. I mean, you don't have to deal with gun issues like we do. So that's just right off the bat. Let's just get it out of the way. Americans carry guns. And every state is different. Some let you carry them right on you. Some let you, out in the open. Some let you carry them concealed. And yeah, okay. So the only thing that I see that I would be uncomfortable as a police officer is I've seen people not respond well to tasers, like, push through them. But then again, I've seen some giant people get tased. I used to work in security years ago, and I've known a lot of American police officers, and they want to go right for the gun because we're a gun-centric society. But going for the taser first, the pepper spray, that kind of thing. But I've seen people just go out right from them. On the other hand, a lot of the cops, some of the cops, tend to be very physical in the United States about things. So you find some really big dudes. All right, so let's check out this guy. I don't see the body cam on him. And I'm thinking this is before our body cameras. Americans were very hesitant. American police officers were very hesitant for body cameras because I'm sure for a lot of different reasons. One of the reasons was they did not want to be recorded saying or doing things that could later be reviewed. And I'm not saying I don't support the police or anything like that, but in certain areas, and as always, there are bad actors in uniform. There's a sort of thing that they say that cops and criminals are kind of made of similar things. So,
Possible thing, obviously, he's going to have is his fire.
So right off the bat, I notice New Jersey. So New Jersey State Police and New Jersey Police, they sometimes call them the Super Troopers. They are, they're tough. They're very tough. They have a tough reputation.
Firearm, his sidearm. These are a Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun. In addition to that, he'll have his impact weapon, his baton, latex gloves, combat tourniquet to be able to use on civilians or fellow officers or himself for that matter. He carries a Leatherman multi-tool, handcuffs, spare magazines for his sidearm.
Look at that. That is, so there's one magazine of, I can't remember how many are in a Glock, 18 rounds it can be. And then there are 3 other magazines, one in the weapon, and 3 more to go. It's a lot of these, not a lot, but there are many shootings in the larger cities. So I guess you got to be prepared.
Taser, his radio, and an individual first aid kit, which is again another gunshot wound and severe bleeding prevention kit.
That happens a lot. A lot of gunshot victims are the result of activity. So you've got to have the tourniquets out there.
Sergeant, how heavy is?
And by the way, if I didn't say already, guns are a thing in the U.S. no matter where you are.
The kit you're carrying, and does it sometimes get a little cumbersome?
It's about 30 pounds total between everything I carry. It does get cumbersome when you first put it on. I had to get used to these extra pouches here, but after a while your body adapts to the extra bulk and you don't feel it after a while.
Now, you're a fit bloke, you obviously work out, but I can't help but notice there's a bulge on your chest as well. Unless that's muscle, that's something. What have you got there?
I have a secondary firearm here.
Overall, our kit weighs around 7
Okay. Oh, and he's going to say what, 7
kilograms.
7 kilograms. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm wearing the stab vest and the kit belt. There's also an optional load vest as well, which some people prefer to wear. That obviously distributes the kit we have more on the body, whereas my kit is mainly distributed on the belt itself. Depends on personal preference on whether that's on what you wear, but that's obviously up to the individual.
He's a little hard to hear.
Could you imagine?
So what this guy's wearing right now, he isn't necessarily what your typical police officer would wear. Usually these are more tactical officers, I guess, that they're talking about. They would generally wear a much more pressed uniform, and they wouldn't always have that kind of stuff. Some people, they just wouldn't. They would be wearing a hat. That is they'd be wearing other things. This is not your typical police officer. They change state to state, and within the states, different counties, different cities, they have different ways of having their officers dress and whatnot. So it's not a uniform, no pun intended. It's not a uniform look throughout the states. So this is just New Jersey. New Jersey's a little bit more, they have to be a little bit more ready, I guess is the way to say it.
Going on patrol either without your firearm or your taser?
No, not
Why
at all.
not?
The job we do is extremely dangerous and unpredictable. To go out there unarmed is insane to me.
In the UK, officers don't have anything like that. The best they have is a pepper spray. Would you be prepared to police the streets of London like that? What would you say to those guys and women who do it in London?
I give them
in the whole of England, actually, sorry.
I give them a lot of credit for doing what they do without the weapons and tools that we have here. I don't think I'd be a police officer over there, essentially going at the mercy of the wolves.
Captain, could you imagine sending your officers out without a taser, without a firearm of some sort?
I would sooner go out without shoes than I would without the kit like this.
And I guess
You hear the captain? That is the mindset of a lot of. You hear how he's very confident and very, I don't want to say confrontational, but he's open to answering the question very directly and straight out. That is a mindset. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's very confident, and you use it when having to order people to put down a weapon or something like that.
you feel the same, Sergeant. It's like putting your shoes on, right?
Correct.
Different people.
I think it's a different environment out there.
Environment, yeah.
I think the taser rollout for us would give us a very good, would give us enough useful force in this country. We obviously don't kind of have the same level of gun crime that they do in America. And a lot of our kit is very similar. It's really just the firearm that we are lacking.
Yeah, I believe the mere presence of having the taser is almost enough sometimes to prevent a subject becoming aggressive or violent towards myself or my colleagues. It's a bright colour. It stands out. People are aware of its capabilities. When I go into jobs without having a taser as an option, subjects may feel that they have an advantage over me to some degree. Whilst I've still got kit, taser would be a lot more helpful in some situations.
What? Okay, that's all right. I get it. Different environment, different culture. We're in a culture where, you know, transportation is, you know, cars, vehicles, people use them as weapons. And you know what, to stop somebody who's out of control, or, you know, if they're drinking, they're driving or whatever, using drugs and driving, sometimes it's like shooting out tires and stuff like that. I mean, it's really nuts. I don't know. Does that surprise you guys? Does it not? Just let me know in the comments, and I guess until next time. Ooh, my computer screen went down. Sorry. Let me know.